Good morning, investors and traders. In today's segment, we'll be talking about Bitcoin, Ethereum, and of course, Doge. All of these three coins, they are moving higher. And how much can they move in terms of their upward direction is the part of our conversation today. If you haven't subscribed to our channel, I highly recommend you to do so. Very briefly going through disclaimer and risk warnings, which are right in front of you. If you have any further questions, feel free to ask me. Before we begin, briefly about myself, I come with a wealth of 15 years of trading experience. During this time period, I have worked as a hedge fund trader for Bank of New York Mellon and as an equity trader with Bank of America. Currently working providing services as a chief analyst to EverTrade. Now, the platform which is in front of you is your MT4 platform, and the time frame that we are looking at in terms of a price action, this is your daily time frame for Bitcoin price. Now, if you remember from our previous video, we talked about the price coming into this area of resistance, the area from 50 to 51,000. And we talked about the possibility of the price moving above this particular price point as well. And in addition to that, we talked about the reasons that why price is looking bullish, such as the 50-day simple moving average in pink crossing above the 100-day simple moving average, and also the 50-day simple moving average about to cross above the 200-day simple moving average. Of course, what we really like to have is a scenario like this, where 50 is trading above the 100 and 100 is trading above the 200-day simple moving average. That is an ideal scenario, and that is what we are going to get in a few weeks time. It seems like that is where the price action is very much heading towards, and that will trigger a massive rally for the Bitcoin price action, because then we will be very much looking at the possibility of another 20,000 move from the current price level, which is going to take us way beyond the all-time high in terms of Bitcoin's price action. So by looking at the chart now, what we really see is that this particular resistance area is obviously no longer valid. Now the price needs to come towards its next important of resistance area, and that is that 60,000 sort of a price level, which is where the price is more likely to be heading now. Now, as for the RSI is trading in line with the price action, and it tells us that yes, the price, when it comes to Bitcoin's price, the price is likely to continue its journey further from here, further to the upside. Now, if you are wondering, okay, where could be the potential entry point in relation to this particular trade? The potential entry point for those of you who kind of like to wait for a good opportunity to really come in, then that potential trade is very much in around that 46 to 47,000. But for those of you who wants to be a little bit more active, who can take a little bit more risk, then for those, the opportunity is very much going to be between that 48,000 price level to all the way to, let's say, 49,000 sort of a price level, just around over here on the 4-hour time frame. Now, similarly, what we're going to do is we're going to look at Ethereum's price action at the same time as well. Now, if you remember from our previous analysis, from our previous video, we talked about the price action. Let me just put that over here. So we talked about the price action consolidation in around this particular price level, and we talked about the possibility of a price coming out of this zone and then moving towards this particular area. And that is what exactly, once again, we are seeing in terms of a price action now. Now the price action is very much heading into this area of resistance, but the real possibilities are that the price is going to continue to move higher from here. However, one thing that I do want you guys to pay attention to is the price is trading very far from its 50-day simple moving average. So that means a retracement is very likely to continue, is very likely to happen. But at the same time, if we look at the overall price action, the 50 is trading above the 100 and 100 is trading above the 200. That entails that the price action is likely to continue its journey to the upside because the RSI still has a long way from these particular highly overbought levels. So that means we can still continue to see more of a price action. But once again, it is this area, it is this particular resistance area when the price moves very far from its 50-day simple moving average. That is when we could see start or begin to see that sell off really taking place. So in terms of the Ethereum, we are still not there. We could still see a little bit move, still be more move. So we could see that price action coming into this particular area before we do see any sort of resistance. Now the question, if you are not into this particular trade, if you haven't had the opportunity to get into this trade, where do you get in order for you to find that opportunity? Really, that is going to be somewhere around over here, and that is 36 to 3,692 to somewhere around that 3780. So that is the area of support, the immediate area of support that you could be looking at. Now, very briefly and very quickly to touch on Doge price. Doge price is doing pretty much nothing for the last few days. What we are really seeing in terms of a Doge price action is the price is moving higher, but now for the last few days the price is moving to the downside. Now where can we see the opportunity to get in terms of a Doge price? Well, we have to go into a smaller term time frame such as the 4-hour time frame, and we should be looking at this area over here. That 28 to 29 could be a great area of opportunity to get back into this trade. If you are not in because the price is trading to the downside, the immediate support level is going to be the low of this particular candle, which is at 0.2987, and the psychological resistance is going to be 0.30. In terms of upside for Doge price, really looking at that 34 to 35, that resistance level where we are very much focused on. So again, support here, resistance here for Doge. In terms of Ethereum, support here between 3,692 to 3,700, resistance at 40 or even above that, the all-time high sort of price levels that we are very much really talking about over here. As for BTC, what we are really looking at is the support at 48 to 49, resistance at 59,000 sort of a price level. That's all for now. See you guys next time.